What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? My name is Arif, and this is your Daily Chat Season 6, Episode 10 for May the 5th, 2021. How's everybody doing today? What is going on? Well, today's news is a pretty money-focused thing, but we'll get into it because, well, let's get you started with your daily dose of depression and just show you the price of DogeCoin today. Even if you had invested last week, even the week prior when it started going to 20 cents and 30 cents, literally would have doubled your money by now. In fact, you would have done more than double. It is going up. And now at 64 cents, it's not too late to get in on this. That's the thing. 64 cents is still crazy low cost for what it possibly could go to if it keeps going at this path. But we don't know if it's going to fizzle out. We don't know where it's going. But the whole concept of buy the dip, you should probably take it a little bit more seriously right now. And, of course, where there's money to be made, the boomers will be found. Because in our first story today, the S&P Dow Jones is launching a cryptocurrency index. That is right. You will now be able to track on the S&P, on their own little special index. They're finally getting on board with the rest of the internet and gonna be tracking all the cryptocurrencies. I think it's really cool. Of course, it took the boomers longer to get here than, well, the rest of us. But hey, better late than never, I suppose. And on that same note, buy. Buy while you can. Oh, did it not just go up like a tenth of a penny in the time I took to switch over? Did it just cross 65 cents? Unbelievable. Buy the dip, people. Buy the dip. The dip is this, by the way. Don't listen to me. The dip is over here. This is the rise. That's the dip. Buy the dip. Now, in alternative news, YouTube's TikTok clone, Shorts. I'm sure you all remembered it and are on pins and needles to start creating your 15 to 60 second videos on YouTube Shorts. It's now out of beta. It should be available to all US users. You'll see it. I believe they're just going to stick it in the app itself. But one thing I know, and even the article supports this, one thing I know people love about TikTok is that video editor that they give you. I live in Canada. I don't have access to YouTube Shorts, so I don't know what the video editor is like. But I guess if you are a YouTube, TikTok type of content creator, this might be right up your alley. They've experimented several times already with things like YouTube Gaming, with their Instagram stories. They've experimented with a bunch of things, even YouTube TV, but I don't know if it's gonna be a success. The last ones haven't really proven to have that much staying power in the marketplace. But you know what? As always, and you can take this from somebody who is really experienced, like Justine, where she is on every platform day one. She's on there. She's creating content. That is how you kind of get your mark, get traction. Is be early. If your content is garbage, it's garbage, but be early and try and establish some type of viewer base. You'll see this with a lot of the old school Twitch content creators, Soda Pop and Towley, Lyric. These guys are all there from what is essentially the start, and they built their fan bases on that to the point where they're now self-sustaining. So whenever you see a new social media platform, go and be early on those platforms. And then our final story, we're going to just quickly recap on the Epic versus Apple antitrust trial. So if you guys don't know, this thing kicked off on Monday. This is now day 3. This is scheduled to be a 3-week trial. And today, Todd Sweeney, I believe is his name, who is the CEO of Epic Games, got absolutely grilled when discussing about how the changes they're requesting for the Apple App Store would impact all the other developers on the App Store. And of course, ultimately, it comes down to the judge just absolutely roasting him by saying, I think it was the judge, it might have been one of the lawyers, but they said you want basically impulse purchasing on the App Store. And I gotta scroll down and show you the reply here. Yes, customer convenience is a huge factor in this. Wow. Points for honesty, man. Points for honesty. But this is one of the things I've always been more of a fan of, and it'll never be the way it is in business, but it's one thing I've always believed should be an established principle, is if you're going to be head of the company, you should have some experience in that industry at the lower tiers. If you want to be CEO of a games company, that's cool, but you should have had to have been a game developer, a programmer, a QA tester, something for at least 3 years to kind of establish and understand what it takes to operate in that field. And I say that because a big crux of the arguments that we're on today was targeting Sweeney about his knowledge of running an app store, about the cost, about the securities, about the infrastructure, about all that stuff. And the answer to all of these things were no. When you don't know what goes into running these kind of platforms or businesses, you can be ignorant, and it can actually work against you in this case. I would not be surprised if this point of Sweeney not knowing how this business really works, I would not be surprised if this makes a return 1 or 2 more times in this week's trial. Now, mind you, after this week, we still have 2 more to go. So yeah, that is where we're at today. They're just kind of grilling him. I believe they got the phone issue sorted out, so I don't think there was any kind of call-in trolls today. But other than that, I want to point out, yes, I do own more shirts than 2 hoodies. I just choose to not go upstairs and grab them. But there you guys go. You see me in a new shirt. You know you missed out on several millions of dollars. I don't even want to tell you how much I missed out on because I live here in Canada, and trying to buy through an exchange like Coinbase or Coinsquare or Bitrex or one of the others is a ginormous pain in the ass. So I don't even want to tell you how much I missed out despite the fact I was trying to literally buy in. But there we go. That is all of our severe levels of regret that we have going. And guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. For the love of God, hit that subscribe button. I could really use it. And this has been your Daily Chat. I've been Arif, and I'll see all of you on the next video. Bye.